Back in 2003, the suburbs of Brandon and Riverview were planning for a 50% spike in population spread out over the next 20 years. But what they got was way more than what they bargained for. By 2010, only 7 years later, they had a 500% increase in their population. Fast forward to today, and both of these areas are some of the most popular areas to live in just outside of Tampa. So let's talk about the pros and cons of living in Riverview and Brandon, Florida. So stay tuned. Before I get started, for those of you that are new to me or new to my channel, I'm Morejon and I make videos all about living in Tampa, Florida, so you get a real good feel for what it's like living here. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new content. And if after watching this video, you leave wanting more information about where you should live in Tampa, community suggestions, or maybe you're like, hey, I like this Adam guy and I want him to be my realtor. Well, I am a licensed realtor, so see that number on the screen? Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and my team and I would be happy to help you and your family find your next home. Today, I get to play devil's advocate. While I was born and raised in Tampa, and I'm a huge fan of the city and the suburbs, no place is perfect, and I'm here to tell you that there's some things that might be deal breakers for you if you're moving here, and they might catch you off guard. My plan is to give you viewpoints from both sides of topics, and I'll do my best to mix in some talking points that are mostly relevant today. Now, let's jump in and talk about the location of both Riverview and Brandon, Florida. Both of these sister suburbs are located just off I-75, about 20 minutes southeast of Tampa. Part of the popularity with these two areas is that you can live pretty close to the city without actually having to live in the city. It's common knowledge that the area is great for military families living off base, as it's within driving range to MacDill Air Force Base. But everyone always focuses on Tampa. What about if you work in Plant City or Lakeland? Well, being reasonably close to I-4 and east of Tampa, living here, you get the best of both worlds, close to work and the amenities of the city nearby. Now to the cons. I wasn't gonna make you wait long for them. The area exploded over the last 2 decades, and in my opinion, didn't plan the roadways out the best for its growth. There could be traffic. The interstates are your lifeline if you live close to them, but fighting through the neighborhoods during rush hour can wear on you. So if you plan to live here, it's manageable, but plan around rush hour to save you a headache. So when people ask all about the lifestyle in an area, I always feel like it's a nice combination of a community and the things to do in the area. So let's talk about this next pro. For you outdoor enthusiasts, you will love the variety of parks and hiking trails nearby. The Alafaya River State Park is a favorite with over 20 miles of mountain biking trails, hiking, and even reserved equestrian areas. There's a huge Bass Pro Shop in the area, but if shopping's your jam, the Westfield Brandon Town Center Mall has been revamped and will make your heart happy. The kid in me loves iFly for indoor skydiving, Top Golf and Dave & Buster's for a good time with friends, and if you have kiddos, take them to burn off some steam at Sky Zone. It's a trampoline park, in a few hours there, and your kids will be in bed on time. You're welcome. Finding a home within the Brandon and Riverview area shouldn't be a problem because there's a wide variety of neighborhoods with everything from established neighborhoods like Providence Lakes, Barrington Oaks, Sterling Ranch, and Magnolia Park to new communities like Triple Creek and Bell Creek. Affordability has always been a pro in these two areas that may slowly start to become a con. With the area's growth over the last 20 years, the area is becoming somewhat built out, and the most affordable land for builders is either further east or further south in the more rural areas. This makes an area that was once considered very affordable now just average. Homes here are still more affordable compared to some of the other suburbs, but being one of the closest areas to live near Tampa, location talks, and there will soon be a premium for that. Now, what about if you move to these areas and you have kids? Well, schools are probably at the top of your list. So I have some good news and I have some bad news for you. Both Riverview and Brandon have some good schools, but the problem I've found is that they're not as consistent as you'd probably want. You might find a good high school, but then the middle school is not ideal or vice versa. The good news is that many of the suburbs, charter schools are popping up as a good alternative option, and you can always look towards private schools if all else fails. I've always encouraged parents to do their own homework on schools, so go to sites like greatschools.org or niche.com as a starting point. Then schedule a tour of the school and talk to the other parents. I've found that some parents love certain schools, even if their ratings aren't a 10 out of 10. So the question remains, why would somebody want to live in Riverview or Brandon, Florida? Well, I always say that there's a lid for every pot. Every suburb has its own vibe, and they aren't popular areas just for no reason. They're close to Tampa and downtown. There are affordable housing options. It makes sense for military families wanting to live off base. And you can find a brand new home or an established area. There are tons of things to do nearby, and because it's an established area, all your shopping, dining, and entertainment needs are within an easy drive. If you can handle a few of those cons, the area might be the perfect place for you to call home. So just like anywhere, the Riverview and Brandon, Florida areas have their negatives, but it makes the top list of places to live in Tampa Bay for a reason. If you think you're ready to call Tampa home or have questions about moving here, see that number on the screen? Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email because my team and I would be happy to help you and your family find your next home. Until that next video, I'll catch you later.